I said, Jack, I get it. I understand. You're going to change the world. Take my money. And he said, no, I don't need money. Take my money. No, I don't need. I had to spend the next 5 minutes pushing for him to
convince him.
I never ever tried to convince people to give me money.
To your question, what inspired me when I was young? Okay, I've encountered with one book.
2000 was the time that you two met for the first time, right? And some say that it was legendary 5 minutes. Could you tell us a little bit about the 5 minutes?
I think that was actually 10 minutes or so.
10 minutes.
But I went to China, right? Year 2000 was a peak of the internet bubble and start to, climb
Decline?
down. Yeah. But still, people were wondering what is internet. And China back then was just the beginning of internet. And for me, investing internet companies in US and expanding to Japan, but for me, next was going to be China for sure. So I went to visit China and met maybe 20 startup companies, and one of them was Jack. And I met with all those guys. Each of them I gave 10 minutes or so. But in the middle of those guys, only one guy, somehow, the Jack, struck me as the one that I want to invest. So the first 5 minutes I was asking Jack, so what are you trying to do? And Jack explained. All the other guys had business plan and asking for money, and they were explaining about the business. But Jack was the only one, did not ask for money. Jack was not even business plan. It's just talking about what the future should be, why the startup companies, small startup companies in China should have the opportunity for their dream to come true. And Jack was only talking about philosophy.
Philosophy?
Yeah.
Jack? Shall I call you Mr.
Not the business.
Even to today, we talk about the philosophy.
But Jack was the only one with the eyes sparkling and caught my heart.
I asked my CFO talk about money and the business. We talk about what we believe, what we would change, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was always the case. Every time I meet with Jack, since the first meeting up to today, we don't talk about the money. And Jack is not interested in money that much, okay?
Why were you there, though, Mr. Ma? Why were you there?
Well, I remember that day, one of my friends, he said, please go to see a person called Masayoshi Son, SoftBank. Of course, I've heard about him. So I have no intention of raising money because I just got $5 million raised 2 months ago. So I went there, I thought it's just a talk. It's a one-on-one talk. When I went in the room, there were about 20 people there. And then I just talk about what I believe, what's going to change. Only for 5 minutes, and Masha said, no, let's talk about how much money you need. I said, I don't need money. And next 5 minutes, he tried to convince me you should spending more money, you should using my money, and this and that. I said, wow, very strange person, right? Yeah, so that we started.
So, as I said, the first 5 minutes, I tried to listen to his philosophy and his vision. But the way he talked, I listened to many people's presentation. And many of them are logically very correct. But their passion the true belief is not in their heart.
Can you tell?
I can feel, okay? So they have a beautiful presentation, beautiful pictures. But if their heart, if their guts is not in there, you know. But Jack, I've never seen Jack bringing presentation material.
Wow, never?
No.
Never. I've never seen him preparing presentation material. But when he start talking, his passion and the belief, right? It's fighter's spirits. I can feel, right? And then, so after 5 minutes, I said, Jack, I get it. I understand. You're going to change the world. Take my money. And he said, no, I don't need money. Take my money. No, I don't need. I had to spend the next 5 minutes pushing for him to take
Convince
my money.
him.
Yeah, I think the first offer he gave is put the $50 million in the company. I said, no. Too much for me. $5 million to me is already enough money.
Yes.
Because at that time, I never ever see $2 million in my life before. And I think unless I have a great CFO can help me to manage the money, then I will accept the money. And so when I have the Joe, my CFO, and Joe and I discussed, I think 15, 20 will be enough. I never ever tried to convince people to give me money. So that's why I went to Wall Street when we IPO. On the IPO day, I say, in my company, we believe in customer number 1, employee number 2, shareholder number 3. And everybody was very upset, the investor. How could you? Wall Street, everybody said, investor number 1. I said, no. Customer number 1, employee number 2, shareholder number 3.
Right.
One of the investors said, Jack, if we had known that you are investor number 3, we would never invest in you.
Ooh.
And I said, please sell my stocks. I never lied to you. To me, I put customer always number 1. Because it's the customer that pay me. And then it's employee that are creative. Then if the customer love me, employee is hardworking, creative, the shareholder will invest. Nobody, no company can live on shareholders.
Right.
We only live on the market. So that is our philosophy. We say what I say. I never give you PPT, PowerPoint. I have my plan, but I don't have the plan you want. This is the plan we have. We can discuss about plan, but this is the plan we believe in. We can modify it, but I can never make a plan that you like. Most of people go to venture capitalists or to go to investors. They design for what you want. I feel that's no good.
To your question, what inspired me when I was young? Okay, I've encountered with one book, 龍馬が行く by Mr. Shiba Ryotaro. I was 15 years old, and my private teacher said, this is a kind of book that you have to read. And I read it. I couldn't sleep that night. I start reading before the dinner until the morning. And that changed my life entirely. I said, this is the great person with a pure heart, with the revolution in his heart. And he devoted his whole life to create a better world, to make people's life happier. So I said, wow, what am I doing? I'm studying at the ordinary school and having a fun life. This is not good enough. I have to go to check the rest of the world. And I said, okay, let's go to US. I want to find out what's going on over there. And so that book really changed my life.